Hey guys, in today's video I want to share how I improved my credit score by almost 100 points in 2 weeks, and hopefully by sharing my experiences it can help you improve your score very fast. I'm not going to BS and talk about irrelevant things. I'm just going to be sharing 3 things you need to start focusing on right now, and in the end of the video I'm going to share and break down my credit score. So if that sounds interesting, watch this video to the end. Alright, going right into it, we're going to narrow down the 3 biggest factors affecting credit score into: first, payment history; second, the amount of debt or credit utilization ratio; and third, the age of credit accounts, which is also known as credit history. So going into our first point, payment history. Payment history is the main factor to affect your credit score. It accounts on average for about 35% of your credit score, and your payment history is basically the record of whether you paid your bills on time or not. Creditors report your payment activity, good or bad, to the major credit bureaus, typically every 30 days. And although a single late payment won't likely hurt your score, especially if it's a one-time thing, multiple late payments do affect your credit score significantly. So make sure you're staying on top of paying your card bills, student loans, mortgage loans, and car loans. And obviously everyone is not perfect. On my credit report, I have 100% payment history, but there have been a couple times I forgot to pay my credit card on time. The first time, I literally absolutely freaked out. I thought it was the end of the world. I honestly might have just cried a little. But I called the bank and explained to them I just forgot to pay my credit card on time, and while I was on the phone with them, I immediately processed the payment due. And every time it was never past a couple days, so the customer representative just waived the interest fees and didn't report it as a late payment. And typically banks will be lenient if you're not making a pattern of missing payments, so just keep that in mind. And for other types of payments such as utilities and phone bills, usually it takes multiple late payments before the provider will turn over your debt over to collection, which at that point, your credit score is hurting. All right, so that was a lot of information, but to sum it up, payment history is really important, but not the end of the world if you miss one payment. So don't be like me and think you're never going to be able to have a credit card because you missed one payment. But do be consistent and hold yourself accountable, and I'm pretty sure you'll be all right. The second factor is going to be your credit utilization ratio. So this is simple math. Credit utilization is just simply your debt over your total debt limit. It's generally recommended to keep your credit utilization to 30% or less, but keeping it at 10% or less is even better. It's a kind of weird idea because banks only want to give money when you don't need money, and when you need money, they're like, nah, we're not going to give you money.
Why?
Honestly, I don't think it's the best for the economy, or for people who actually do need to use debt to change their living situation, but who am I? Maybe I can change these things when I become the next Asian war. But for real, the economical reason for why credit utilization is important is because it's the few signals that as a borrower you can show the bank on whether you are more of a risky borrower or not. Obviously, if your credit limit is $10,000 and you're always spending $9,000 right up to that limit, you might not be the safest person to give money to. And we all have that friend that still hasn't paid back the lunch money. You know who you are. All right, guys, the last factor is going to be your credit age. This one hits hard for me because this was the hardest factor to improve, because obviously it's going to take time. Pretty much the 2 biggest factors the banks are going to look at regarding credit age is: first, the age of your oldest account, and second, average age of your combined accounts. And this is why it's generally not a good idea to close out any accounts, because it affects your credit age because if that was your oldest account, it won't be anymore, bringing down the oldest age. And it's also not a good idea to open up just a large number of accounts in a short amount of time, because your average age will significantly go down, affecting your credit score. All right, guys, so this is the homepage of Credit Karma through TransUnion, and it's giving me an overall look on my credit score. And if you can see, July 17th, I had a credit score of 677. So it was pretty average. And then it went up about 2 points on July 24th. And all of a sudden it skyrocketed all the way to 754 by July 31st. And it just keeps going up. Let's take a look at what is actually affecting my credit score. So payment history, I've had 100% payments, but I already told you guys that's not 100% true. But really what's changed is the credit card usage, how much of the credit limit I've been using. And this was the second factor I talked about. Right now, I'm only using 4%. I have a $22,300 credit limit, but I'm only using about $976, so 4%. And that's the only thing that's really changed since July to August. And my credit score has shot up like 60 points. Almost That's like close to 100 at this point. It's 90 points actually. Simple math, right? So pretty much the best thing you can do today to improve your credit score is just pay off your debt. Unlike the other two factors that just need time to grow, credit utilization is something you can do now to change your credit score. All right, guys, thanks for watching once again. That's all I have for today. This video has some good advice, and these are all things I learned from personal experience along my credit journey. So if you're struggling with your credit, go and actually make the change you need to. That 800 credit isn't that hard as long as you hold yourself accountable and are just consistent. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit that bell and smash that like button. Peace.